Okay, so this week I wanted to do something a little bit different here on my channel. I've been sharing lots of exercises and tips you can do anytime, anywhere. But today I want to talk a little bit about equipment. One of the issues we have in movement in our modern lives is that our entire environment is flat and level. We have flat floors, we have flat pavement, we wear shoes. We don't have a lot of the movements that would come in a natural setting that would just naturally be there because we'd be adjusting to a more varied environment. So one of the things you can do for yourself is get some equipment that will help you have a more varied environment, and it's usually pretty fun as well. So I'm going to share my new favorite thing, which is my stick. I know it's ridiculous, but I love this thing. It is so versatile and awesome. I got it from my friend's house. They gave it to me, but if you have access to any sticks, you can pick one up. What you're looking for is something that's fairly solid, and I recommend that it has a few branches, because if you just get a round rolly stick, it's going to be really unstable. And what I use this for is for footwork, mostly for stepping on. So the stability is really nice, especially at first, because you don't want to fall off and break your face. So I actually like using this end of my stick more than the other end because I tend to fall off the other end. And the most obvious thing you can do with this is just step on it. I actually find stepping on it with one foot is easier than trying to walk on it because I don't have to deal with the balance change when I walk. So that's a good indication for me that I've got some work to do on my balancing. But yeah, just standing on your stick, super easy. If you're near a wall, easier because you can hold on to something. You could also use your stick by stepping on it this direction. Lots of good foot mobilizing there. It feels really awesome. And one of the things that I'm really enjoying about having this piece of natural material in my world is the texture of the bark. So feet are cool because they're also really sensory organs, and it's a lot more awesome to step on something that's got some variation and roughness. I really notice it. It feels fantastic. So that's a really cool side benefit of using a stick instead of using a pipe, which would be maybe an easier to access way to get the same kind of movement input, but not the same because sticks have more variation, and I'm all about variation. So you can just walk on it, you can step on it, you can side shuffle on it, which is really hard. I find as somebody with fairly weak feet, side shuffling is one of the more challenging things you can do, so that makes it pretty good. I stand on my stick when I'm at my workstation, so it's a way that I can make my workstation more dynamic. And you can also use it for calf stretching. So if you just put the balls of both feet up on your stick and just do a little forward bend here, you can get a really nice double calf stretch, hamstring stretch, whatever you want to call it. So those are just a few things that I've done with mine so far. I haven't played around with it yet for crawling or for carrying, but I'm sure I could. It's a super easy little piece of movement equipment that you can get for free or for really cheap, I'm sure. And it is really versatile, so I recommend it as you're starting to build out your movement equipment. I also love having equipment everywhere because it means you're going to move more. So I recommend having maybe more than one stick. And I like to have mine on top of my yoga mat just because my floors are fairly soft and I don't want to scratch them. So that's my advice about sticks. I'm just going to show you before I go what it's like on the other side, the flippy side. So you can see here, way more unstable, and it doesn't roll over like that. So if you're at all unstable, worried about balance, make sure you get a stick that is not going to flip like that. The other thing you can do to make it a little safer, have it next to a wall, maybe fold up a blanket so it's thick and cushiony, and that will also tend to help it stabilize. So those are some options. I hope you enjoy this. It's my new absolute favorite piece of equipment. So get yourself a stick. Show me your stick. If you post on Instagram, tag me. I'm at Movement Revolution. I'd love to see it. And for other ideas, make sure you come to my website, which is www.petrafishermovement.com. Sign up for my newsletter, browse my blog. I share a lot of movement tips and information, and it's pretty great stuff. Not all as great as my stick, though, because this is really my new favorite thing.